Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 DIY Dollar Tree fall and Halloween decor crafts. So this is going to be another episode in my huge I Love Fall series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget, and I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Now look for me to be announcing the winner of that Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. Check my socials for that, and we're going to be having another giveaway coming up very soon. So don't forget to comment down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribing is totally free, and I just would love to have you guys be part of this fun, crafty little community. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and it's a blessing and honor to have you all here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Without further ado, go ahead and plug in your glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting.
For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take these super cute little Dollar Tree burlap leaves and this lace curtain that I had from the thrift store, and I'm just going to gently lay it over the lace leaves, and then with this 2X Rust-Oleum spray paint, probably my favorite spray paint out there, I'm just going to give it a light dusting over the leaves. It really doesn't take a whole lot of spray paint, but I do give it a full coverage in one spray. And then once you have that done, you guys can just go ahead and pull that little curtain right off of there, or lace panel, or whatever you choose to use. And it is so magical. Oh my goodness, check this out. You guys have to try this. So super easy and such a fun way to make a custom craft. And it really dresses up these inexpensive little Dollar Tree leaves. So the Dollar Tree leaves come, I believe, 5 to 6 to a pack. And I decided that the little burlap color was so cute. I wanted to try this wine color. I thought it would be absolutely gorgeous. So again, I just laid the leaves down and then took the lace and kind of did an overlay on top of it. And I knew that the white was really going to pop against this wine color. You just gently pull it straight off after you're finished, and voila, check these out. So super duper fabulous and an excellent way again to dress up those leaves. And I'm going to share with you guys this cute little tobacco basket kind of wreath that I'm going to use these leaves in. But look at how beautiful this makes it. So you can just mix in some really pretty regular Dollar Tree leaves with some of these customized leaves, and it's going to give any arrangement that you're working on more of a high-end customized look, and it kind of gives it that romantic flair as well. So for only a couple of dollars in spray paint, you have a magical new little goodie. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take 5 rolls of Dollar Tree Deco mesh, some of this burlap fabric, and several rolls of a Dollar Tree ribbon, this little cute sign that I'm going to take apart, and then this tinsel Dollar Tree witch hat and some pipe cleaners. And I'm going to use my scissors to remove the tinsel from the hat. I want to make a scarecrow hat out of this little witch hat wreath. And once you have all of the tinsel removed, here is what it's going to look like. The next step is to tie a pipe cleaner to the top of your witch hat and just secure your piece of burlap fabric, or whatever color you really want to make your little scarecrow hat. You could also use deco mesh if you wanted to, but I just took my fabric and wrapped it around, and I did wrap it on top of each loop. So you just kind of wrap it and then wrap it and wrap it some more, and that way it will cover up the little black part, because you don't want that part to show through. So you could even double your ribbon, and that would work as well. Now I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner, and I pipe cleanered the bottom to hold that piece of fabric in place. No gluing required. And then I'm going to take several pipe cleaners. I probably used about 20 on this project, or maybe have 30 on hand just to be safe. If you get a bag at Dollar Tree, they come 45 to a pack. And then I'm going to measure out 8 inches inches for my deco mesh, and what I do with my pipe cleaners is I just cut them in half. Super easy. That's going to help them go just a little bit further. So I'm taking 3 rolls of my deco mesh and I'm laying them on top of each other, and I'm measuring out to about 8 inches, and then I'm just going to trim that off. And what we're going to do is make deco mesh bundles. The next thing I want to share with you guys is I'm going to make 9-inch trims on my ribbon. So I'm going to take several different ribbon. I think I ended up using 2 rolls of the larger ribbon and then 2 rolls of the smaller ribbon, and then some of the little mesh tubing. Now I'm sharing with you guys some different ribbon ideas. The ones that I used for this wreath specifically were the chevron and the plaid ribbon. I thought that I was going to use different and more, but I ended up only using the chevron and the plaid. If you are trying to replicate this wreath exactly how I did it, otherwise just choose whatever ribbon you love, and you do want to cut them a little bit longer than your deco mesh to help them kind of stick out and show off if that's how you want it to look. And then I'm just taking some of the smaller ribbon and I cut them in 9-inch cuts as well. The next thing I want to do is just roll my little deco mesh up into this cute little curly roll. So if you've ever rolled up a burrito or just, you know, kind of roll into a roll, I guess it's super easy, but it's not anything that's earth shattering. You just roll it into a cute little roll, and there you have it. And take whatever ribbon of choice that you want, lay that on top of your little cute little bundle of rolls, and there's going to be 3 of the deco mesh to each bundle, and you're just going to put your ribbon on top of it and then take your pipe cleaner and pipe cleaner that together. So easy, you guys. There's no way to mess this up. Don't fear if your mesh frays, just trim it off. Don't fear if your mesh is kind of wonky. It's going to be totally fine, because once it's all kind of squished together, you're really not going to notice. So the hardest thing for me really working with mesh is that it just has a tendency to do whatever it wants. So that's my own little personal probably control issue, honestly. But be patient with it and give it a little roll here. Now I did want to let you guys know that I'm going every other color. So I did yellow and then brown and then yellow, and you can do that when you alternate your colors. So for this wreath I used 3 rolls of yellow and 2 rolls of brown. Now I'm adding a little bundle of the smaller ribbons, and with the smaller ribbons I just layer them on top of each other. I chose the sparkly orange and the cute little pumpkin ribbon that they put out at Dollar Tree. You can also find small ribbon like this very similar at the craft stores, usually for about 99 cents or even less if you use a coupon. So again, I'm just making these cute little burrito, taquito, whatever kind of rolls that you want to think about, but just think about just rolling something together. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can see mine are very imperfect, and you can also use a chip clip to hold your little rolls together. That can help save your fingers if you have problems with your hands. Now I'm adding the chevron ribbon on top, and then again just twist tying the back. So the best thing to do is to get a bunch of these bundles all ready, and then the last one I wanted to show with you guys how to make was this one with the little mesh tubing. If you ever wonder what to do with that mesh tubing, it's super fun to use in a deco mesh wreath. So I rolled my little bundles together, and then you're just going to take the mesh tubing, lay it on top of the bundle, and make a couple little loops, just 2 loops on either side, and then tie that pipe cleaner on. Again, super easy and not hard at all. I just want to encourage you guys to give it a try. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to put one of the bundles, so you can see right here with my little pipe cleaner. You just take it and you pipe cleaner it on to the outward edge of the witch hat wreath. So I do 2 on the outer edge, and then I alternate 2 on the inner edge, and then you go 2 on the outer edge and 2 on the inner edge, and I do that all the way down the entire wreath. And you'll see it's sectioned off into sections. For the larger sections, you'll want to put about 4 to 5 bundles, and then on the smaller sections, only about 2 bundles, but you can really kind of play with it and see what you have going on. Sometimes you'll find that you don't need quite as many, and sometimes you'll find you may need to go back in and touch it up with an extra little bundle of mesh. But you'll also want to kind of squish them together just a little bit so they look all nice and fluffy and full. So you're just going to continue to add your bundles, and you want to make a pattern. So I started with the plaid ribbon, and then with the chevron ribbon, and then with the smaller ribbon, and then the little mesh tubing, and then I just start that pattern over as I work my way down the witch hat wreath. Comment, let me know if you guys have questions. This isn't hard, I promise. It's kind of hard to explain though, I guess. I'm sure you guys can tell what I'm doing with my fingers, but again, you just tie your little bundles of mesh on to the outward edge of your witch hat wreath, and then you tie the next 2 on to your inward edge, the little part that's kind of sticking out. So there you guys have it, and you continue to work your magic as you go. You can also fluff your larger ribbons and bundles as you see fit. And then once you have all of your bundles attached and fluffied up, you continue to give it a good fluffing, which you guys know I love to do. And then next part, we're going to make a beautiful bow. So I'm going to use my Easy Bow Maker, and you can get it on Deco Exchange, on Amazon, or any craft store. And you're just going to take a pipe cleaner and pop it down into the center part, and then you're going to start out with your ribbon. So I chose chevron ribbon, and I started out making an 8-inch bow and then ended up having to remake it because it was actually too big, believe it or not. So it ended up needing to be about 6 to 7 inches. And when I say 6 to 7 inches, I mean on either side of the ribbon. So in the Easy Bow Maker, it's super easy because it has it all measured out. So I'm starting out with chevron ribbon, and then I'm going in with this brown plaid ribbon, and I'm just continuing to work my way back and forth. And when they say it's an Easy Bow Maker, let me tell you, it's super easy. Now I'm adding this cute little Dollar Tree little red truck ribbon. I wanted to use this on a larger project bow because the little red truck seems to get lost when you're making a smaller project bow. It's the only thing about this ribbon I would say that I kind of struggled to use. I wanted to really give it a good show, and so now I'm using some of that Dollar Tree Pretty Fall Leaf ribbon, and this is going to make just a big beautiful bow. Now if you don't have an Easy Bow Maker, don't fret. I have a really great bow video. I'm going to link in the description box of my YouTube video here, and you guys can just click on that and you can make a really easy Olivia bow. Now I took a pipe cleaner and I just pipe cleanered that into the side of my little Scarecrow hat wreath, and then I'm giving it a nice good fluffing, and I did end up having to trim my tails a little bit because it looked a little bit crazy with really long tails. So the other thing I want to let you guys know is to make sure you guys cut that little cute dovetail triangle at the end of your bow tails. The next thing I want to do is pop this little scarecrow into the top, and then I'm also going to add some darling sunflowers. I also added that cute little sign up there. That was a little Dollar Tree sign I took apart, and then some sparkling leaves, and then of course I made a cute little bow for the top and then added a sunflower, and here it is in all its glory. Oh my goodness, how cute and adorable. Now let me tell you, we're thankful in this home, especially for our puppy Bear. We had a little bit of a scare with him. He had an upset tummy, and of course, being a new puppy mommy, I panicked. Anyway, he got checked out by the vet and he's okay. So I just had to give you guys an update on Bear. But check out this super adorable Scarecrow wreath. I mean, this is going to bring a smile to our face every time we come to our front door. And we're out here a lot more now. because we have to take the puppy to go potty outside. So anyway, I just thought that I would share that with you guys. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to make a super adorable Dollar Tree pumpkin mat. So you just take a Dollar Tree mat. This is just a regular old black mat, and then this little felt pumpkin. I found this at Dollar Tree as well. And then I'm using the Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint. This is a satin spray paint. I suggest satin or flat for this project. And then you are going to have to give it a really nice healthy dose. I believed I used about half a can for this. Now, I wasn't super particular on turning it completely white. I did just want to give a cute little pumpkin outline, but check this out, how adorable. And I'm going to go back in with a Sharpie marker and outline the edges of the pumpkin, but how cute does this look layered at my front door to give it that cute little pumpkin look. Bear is helping me decorate my front porch for fall. We set some mums out and he just has to check on everything that's going on. I put some yellow mums on either side of my door and then the little purple mums on either side. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this cute tobacco basket that I got at Dollar General. It was about $10, and then I just hot glued some foam down at the base, and then I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree leaves and I just cut them off of their stem, and I'm going to pop some stem leaves and then these cute little leaves that we did in an earlier DIY, and they're just so easy to play with. So I only ended up using 3 bundles of leaves for this project, and then the little burlap leaves. What I love about the tobacco basket wreath is if you don't have a lot of money to spend on florals, or you don't want to use a lot of florals, this is really the perfect alternative. So a couple of dollars if you can reuse your tobacco basket. I shared with you guys one over the lemon season. I've shared with you guys some neutral ways to do this one. You just leave a spot in the center to pop a bow in and you are good to go. Just a little tip there for you to save money on a budget and then just have something really beautiful to decorate that's kind of an alternative. I did pop some leaves into the base of this and then a couple over at the top, but again, you do want to leave a big space if you're going to add a bow. You don't have to add a bow. You could always add some pumpkins or a little scarecrow or whatever suits your fancy and floats your boat. And then once you have enough of it filled out, you can begin to think about your bow. You can also add in a cute little Dollar Tree mini sign. This autumn blessing sign is the perfect one. So for this DIY, you just add some hot glue to the back of your sign and then a dab of hot glue and then the pipe cleaner, and then I just take a tag and layer a tag on top of that or any scrap piece of ribbon, and you can tie any Dollar Tree sign directly on to a wreath. So easy, you guys. Now I'm going to take my easy bow maker and cheat again, and I'm going to make this cute little easy bow. You pop a pipe cleaner down into the base of your easy bow maker, and then I'm going to go about 6 inches across on either side. I'm starting out with the chevron ribbon. I just thought that would be a fun little pop of color by the front door. I love this chevron ribbon, and I needed to finish up the rest of that roll. Now I decided to add some fall leaves. Again, I really want some color because I'm going to use this outside my front door, and there's those colorful mums, so I did want this to just be really fun and colorful. Again, I'm going 6 inches across, and I'm dovetailing the ends of my ribbon by cutting a little upward triangle. The next ribbon I decided to use was some of this Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid ribbon. Can we all get an amen and a hallelujah for Dollar Tree finally putting out some buffalo check plaid ribbon? This is kind of a maroon color, and I am holding back on using a lot of it quite yet because I do want to use some of it for my Christmas decor, but I couldn't resist because I did use those fall leaves that have more of that deep beautiful kind of burgundy color or wine color, or it's almost just like a reddish color. I don't know. Comment, let me know what you guys think this color would be. It almost looks brick red wine. That's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to pop my whole bow off and then just tie it off with a little pipe cleaner, and then I just pop that in to the center of my tobacco basket, and it floats in there just perfectly. Give it a nice good fluffing. You guys know that's the secret to any bow. Fluff, 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 and then when you think you're done, you gotta fluff some more. And so there you have it. So easy, so fabulous on a budget. It looks like something you would buy at a high-end boutique, and we did it for next to nothing. So check it out. On one side of my house, I put the cute little tobacco basket. I've never actually decorated this side with a tobacco basket. In fact, I almost feel like my center part wreath needs to be bigger on my scarecrow, but I'm not going to do a bigger wreath because I am going to do a big garland over the door. So that is going to take center stage. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys a super adorable little pumpkin. We're going to start out with one of the orange Dollar Tree pumpkins and just spray paint it white. Once I sprayed my pumpkin white, I did let it dry for about 2 to 3 hours, and then I'm using this piece of lace. This is the lace I use for all of my spray painting projects, and it's just inexpensive thrift store like polyester lace, so don't anybody cringe. It's not an antique vintage piece, but I am going to lay it on top of my pumpkin, and then I decided to go with this really beautiful crimson color, and I'm just going to spray paint that on top of the pumpkin. And oh my goodness, you guys are going to be in awe when you see the finished project. And remember, just choose any color that you're decorating with that you love. Look at this gorgeous beauty. How pretty did this come out? Oh my goodness, I am so crushing on this. You could always add a pretty bow and some bling, but I want to live with it for just a minute before I really go over the top and add too many goodies to that. So here is how the entire thing turned out, and I'm telling you, my little assistant bear today was just such a blessing to me. He is so adorable and he brings me so much joy, especially since my kiddos are off to school now, and he definitely keeps me on my toes as well. So comment and let me know, as always, what was your favorite DIY in this video? I love to hear which DIYs you guys love to see me do. It kind of helps me plan for some of the next ones. And which colors are you all decorating for spring? Now, I do have a giveaway going on right now. It's a $50 gift card to burlapfabric.com. So don't forget to comment down below. Now, the secret question is, what is your favorite Halloween candy treat? If so, let me know. I have to know what you guys love.
For the first Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we are going to make this darling little witch hat. I just bought these cute little sparkly butterfly clips. They kind of have little spider webs on their wings, and I think they're so adorable. So of course we have to glam them up. I'm just using this Dollar Tree jeweled ribbon trim, and we're going to take that and glue that to the center of the butterfly. Your butterfly all jeweled up, you can go ahead and attach your jeweled butterfly spider web clip to your hat, and there you are, a cute little not so spooky witch hat. And I actually love these Dollar Tree witch hats, you guys, because they're really lightweight. Hopefully I don't get caught in a windstorm out on my trick-or-treating with my kiddos, but they are nice and lightweight so your head doesn't get super hot. So for the next Halloween Dollar Tree DIY, we're just going to use one of these cute little skulls, and I could not resist making this pale pink skull. I'm just going in with some pink paint, and I'm going to paint my skull really well. I went in and actually used about 2 coats for this skull, so I let it about 2 hours dry in between, and I'm just so excited. I've had this DIY plan in my head forever. I really love this. It's going to fit perfectly in with the aesthetic of my pastel home decor. And then now that I've got my skull all painted, we might as well give my skull some white teeth, and then I'm going in with some gold, and I'm just painting in where the eye sockets are, and then I ended up just kind of dry brushing the gold all around his skull just to give him some dimension and some interest, and of course just a little bit of glam.
And I did add just a little bit of glitter over the paint, just a light dusting. And look how cute this is. It matches perfectly in with my pastel Halloween decor and my pink table. And I'm just really loving this one. So for our third Halloween Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to go in with this cute little satin pillowcase that you find at the Dollar Tree. So we're going to make a ghost garland. So I'm just going to gather the end of this satin pillowcase together and trim off one end. And then I took the shower curtain ring that I had left over from one of those fall napkin DIYs, and I popped it into the pillowcase, and then I'm also putting some cotton stuffing in at the top. And then I'm just going to tie my little ghost neck with a pink ribbon, and voila, we have this cute little ghost. So I ended up doing 4 of these because I want to make a garland to go over the shutter that's underneath my mantle. So I just hot glued the back of the ghost's head onto this piece of Dollar Tree lace trim, which is perfect for my home. You guys know I love lace, and be very careful on this part because when you're gluing lace, it can be easy to get a burn. So I'm just using my spatula to kind of press down the lace, and this cute little ghost garland is just adorable. So now that I have all my ghosts glued on, I decided to go ahead and create some eyes with this sequin Dollar Tree trim. So they have sequin Dollar Tree trim, and it's actually really handy. It does unravel at the end, so I'm just adding a dot of glue to the bottom and then a dot of glue to the top to make a cute little circle eye. And then to give the ghost a mouth, I just used a little pearl piece that I had from Michael's. They also have little pearl pieces at Dollar Tree, but look at how cute and not so spooky my glam ghosts are. I just love them. They're so adorable and so perfect for this spot in my living room. So for the 4th Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we're going to make these spooky potion bottles. I'm just going to take a folder and then take a cup of old coffee, and I'm going to take this tray and just kind of dip this coffee in here, and then I'm actually going to take this and bake it in the oven for about 30 minutes. So once you get your potion label out of the oven and it's all dry, you want to go ahead and trace out the jar. I'm tracing 2 of these because I'm going to end up making 2 potion jars. And I just went on Pinterest and looked up witch's potion jar just to see what some cute little labels might look like. I'm going to DIY my own and hopefully kind of freehand it. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to cut these little labels out. I'm cutting them out the size of the jar, and then I actually ended up trimming them down just a little bit so they had room to fit on the jar. The next thing I'm going to do is take a lighter and kind of burn the edges to kind of give it that aged and spooky witchy appearance. Kiddos, if you're trying this at home, please don't do this unless you have a parent present. But so we're just going to get these edges all nice and burnt, and as you're burning them, you need to blow them out. That way they don't burn too much. But now they're all spooky, and I'm just going to do kind of some scrolly lettering, just some loop-de-loops. And I wanted to make one that said love potion because you guys know me, I love the romance. And then the other one I said on it was the witch's potion. Once you have your spooky labels ready, you can go ahead and mix up your potion. So this is just a water with a drop of food coloring in one, and then a couple of drops of food coloring in the other one to make the other one a little bit darker. And then I used Mod Podge, and I Mod Podged my labels on, and they're all ready. I also ended up adding in some lace, a little burlap, and these spooky crystals to the side. I just thought it made it really cute and not so spooky. So we have Witch's Brew and then a love spell.
Okay, you guys, for our next Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we're going to use some of those carvable pumpkins, some of those cute little witch hat picks, and some automotive cloths. So I'm just carving out the center of this carvable pumpkin, and then you're going to take your automotive cloth and just kind of stuff it in. You notice that pumpkin was pink because I did think I wanted to use a pink pumpkin for this, and ended up doing this cute little sweater pumpkin to match a couple of the other ones that I had already done in some of the previous DIYs that I'll also link down below. So this one is so easy. You guys just take that automotive cloth and you just basically stuff it into the center of that carvable pumpkin. Super easy, super simple. I love this one, you guys. It is so easy and so amazing. And so then we're going to take some of that Dollar Tree sequin trim and we're just going to hot glue into the center, and then I'm just going to wrap that trim around. I want to create kind of that striped, it almost reminds me of like a Beetlejuice type of thing. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, but to give this pumpkin kind of some glammy black and white stripes here. You guys, be careful when you're working with some of these trims and hot glue. Always try to have like a spatula, or maybe just use the end of your scissors to kind of press down into the hot glue on top of your trims. Or if you're like me, you have some pretty tough fingertips. So now we're just going in with this cute little Dollar Tree witch hat pick. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but they come on the end of like a wooden stick. I just pulled that stick off, and then I'm hot gluing underneath around the felt, and then putting that on as my pumpkin topper. And now we have this super duper adorable, absolutely ready for some trick-or-treaters Halloween pumpkin. So I ended up using the orange and the purple witch hat picks because I thought that they would match perfectly in with this Dollar Tree sign. It says, "Come in my pretties," and this is about as spooky as I'm gonna get, you guys, but it is so fun to decorate for Halloween, and my kiddos really love it. They love going trick-or-treating, and they love seeing some of these just little Halloween touches added, and I think they look pretty cute and with my fall decor as well. So for the next Dollar Tree Halloween DIY, we are going to make the most beautiful, cutest Halloween witch hat wreath for our front door. So this is going to use one of those Dollar Tree Boo hat, I guess, witch bases, and we just want to take the bottom part of the tinsel off. I decided to go ahead and leave the top part of the tinsel because I think it's cute enough. Since it's going to be a witch hat anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it black because I want to add my deco mesh into the bottom and then a huge giant bow. So just take all that tinsel off of that bottom layer. So once you get all of that tinsel off and you clean up the tinsel mess, you're going to go ahead and cut a 30-inch piece of deco mesh. This is a 6-inch deco mesh that Dollar Tree sells, and you're just going to use your fingers and you're going to kind of ruffle it in between your fingers until you get a bundle. And once you get your bundle, I went in with this and I just used some of that raffia because I already had it on hand. It was left over from my Scarecrow Wreath, and so I'm just going to cut a little piece here, and then I'm going to take that and pinch it together, and I'm taking a pipe cleaner and wrapping that around and then twisting it about 2 to 3 times in the back, and that's going to create your bundle, which is going to be the base of your witch hat wreath. So for this wreath I used a purple roll of deco mesh, and I used this orange and white and purple striped deco mesh. You guys can use any color you love. Just choose whatever works best for your witch hat wreath and your Halloween decor and go for it. So I'm going in, I'm alternating purple with the pink raffia, and then for the multicolored raffia I'm using the cream color. And so you just tie that on with your pipe cleaner, and you're going to use 2 full rolls of these 30-inch ruffle cuts. So 2 rolls
And you're just going to ruffle them all together and add your raffia in and twist them really well in the back, and do that until you have both of those rolls finished. And then once you have all of those deco mesh ruffles ready, you're going to take your Halloween little witch hat base and you're going to take the pipe cleaner and you're just going to wire that on with the pipe cleaner. So you put it onto your witch hat wreath. You're going to turn it over is what I do, and then I just find where my little pipe cleaners are and I just twist it really well in the back. And you can even kind of scrunch these mesh ruffle bundles together if you like. So for this witch hat wreath, I alternated the purple bundle and then the multicolor bundle and then the purple bundle and then the multicolor bundle, and I do like to push mine together so you can't see the pipe cleaners. So you're just going to do this until you use all of those bundles, and there you have it. Now for the bow, the most exciting, most wonderful part. I love my bows. So in the last episode, I shared with you guys how to make an Olivia bow, and we are going to make that bow with this one, except for we're just going to do 2 loops. So you're just going to see me loop this bow over on itself, or the ribbon, I guess. So loop it over on itself until you have 2 loops on each side, and then you're going to find your center. You're going to notch it at the center. Now be very careful, just notch a little itty teeny tiny bitty notch, because otherwise your ribbon will fall apart. And then take your pipe cleaner, you're going to wrap that around, and then you're going to give it a nice good fluffing. And for this bow, I wanted to get really crazy because, you know, I don't know, I just wanted it to be really cute and boutique gorgeous on a budget. And so I'm going in with this Dollar Tree bow that we made in the last video. This is just that pink wired, it's kind of like a burlap ribbon. It's one of my favorite ones to use. And then this is a smaller Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon, which I think the polka dots look so adorable in a deco mesh wreath, especially for our good witch wreath. Yes, she's a good witch. So you're just going to wire these all together, and then you're going to find a spot in your wreath. So just kind of push your deco mesh aside and find a spot to kind of wire your beautiful big bow onto, and you will have the most gorgeous wreath on the neighborhood block. I couldn't resist picking up these witch legs at Dollar Tree. They were only $1 and oh so adorable. I went ahead and cut mine off of the little hoop that it comes on, and I stuffed them with some cotton stuffing from an old throw pillow I had. I think it made them look really cute, and I think that you guys could use these in a decor piece in your home. I'm actually going to buy another pair so I can use them in this little space in my house, but I also want to attach them to this wreath. So I'm just cutting a little slit at the top, and I'm going to run a pipe cleaner through the top. That way I have something to attach them to my wreath with, and that way she has some legs. Her legs are kind of tiny compared to her bow, but I think it's so super duper cute. I've seen big fancy boutiques do wreaths like these, and you guys, we did this for probably maybe $8 or $9. I mean, how adorable is this? I did add that cute little butterfly to the top too. I thought that would be cute. So I'm loving this. Oh my goodness, I've always wanted to have one of these wreaths, and now we have it. I hope you guys are loving it as well. Okay, you guys, we're going to make a couple of Halloween treats. I'm going to whip up a quesadilla and some Cinnamon Toast Crunch bars. So I'm just putting butter in each pan. For the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bars, we're going to use about half a stick of butter, and I'm just adding in my tortilla with some cheese, and then I'm going to put a tortilla on top of that. And then for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bars, I'm just getting that nice butter all melted, and then I'm adding a packet of marshmallows. You want to melt the marshmallows marshmallows down really good until they're almost liquidy, and then you're going to add that delicious cinnamon toast crunch. This is such a wonderful treat. My kiddos just absolutely love this. And go ahead and add that to a greased pan, and voila, you have a delicious fall treat. And for your quesadillas, go ahead and cook them till they're brown on each side. Serve them with salsa and sour cream if you choose. And here are our ooey gooey cinnamon toast crunch bars. So very delish.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivias Romantic Home, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Now listen, don't forget to go back and check out the rest of my I Love Fall series. I have done tons of DIYs over the last couple of years, and all you guys have to do is click on the I Love Fall series playlist and begin to binge watch all of those fun videos. Also, I have an I Love Christmas series. I've been doing that for several years. You guys can get inspired to craft and decorate on a budget for that. Now listen, we are going to be starting my I Love Christmas series very soon, and I know that seems really early because fall has just kind of arrived, and actually next week it's going to be in the 90s where I live, so that's going to be kind of a little bit strange. But Christmas crafting takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time, and if you guys are like me and you love to go over the top decorating for Christmas and creating fun little gifts, you might want to go ahead and start with me early. Plus, it gives us time to get our homes decorated and actually enjoy our friends and family during the holidays and have our homes be all fluffed up and magical. So anyway, thank you guys again for being here. I love y'all to the moon and back. Thank you for being patient with me this week as I work through some technical difficulties with my computer. Hope to be back up and running for you guys next week. But I love y'all so, so much. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. Hey, also don't forget to check out my Olivias Romantic Home Facebook page. I post several DIY videos a day over there, and just love to keep you guys inspired, as well as over on Instagram and TikTok and all that fun stuff. So I love to craft and decorate. I love to share my ideas with you guys. So thank you guys. I love y'all to the moon and back. Remember, wherever you're at, give yourself some grace. We're all on this life journey together, and also have forgiveness. Forgiveness is a huge thing, and it will set us free. More than anything, it'll teach our kiddos a good lesson of how to keep moving forward. So anyway, give yourself grace. Keep going no matter where you're at. I know everybody's gone through something in the last couple of years. So if you wake up and God has given you another day, hey, let's try to make the most of it, right? Thank you guys. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. I'm wishing you a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed day. And until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.